Good evening and welcome to Talking Songs with me, Rowland Jones. I'm a little fraught today because I've had no boiler all day, so we've had no hot water. It's like being a student again, like boiling kettles to have a shave. I mean, oh, dear God. But apart from that, everything's okay. We're all here. When Rivers Meet are raring to go. In fact, yes, they are raring to go. They're probably better prepared than I am today. But nevertheless, we shall drink to future success, as they say. So things are going pretty well. We've hit over 110,000 viewers now, which is pretty good. So thanks to all of you for joining in, and do join the group, please. We're going to be starting shortly. We did the pilot for it on Sunday, doing a Talking Songs sort of in the round thing where there's 2 or 3 people taking part, and then everybody does a tune, and then we chat about songwriting. More like the sort of Nashville in the round idea. So we've done the first one of those. We did that on Sunday, which went well. So we should be doing those probably every fortnight, as well as carrying on with this one. So I shall grab my instrument, as they say. This is somebody pointed this out to me the other day. We call it a drop D tuning, but in fact it's actually a drop E tuning, as I'm sure Aaron and Grace will agree with that. This is called Don't Play With Fire. You think he's dangerous, and you think that's good. You wanna tame him, you thought that you could. Well, you should run away, but you won't. Stop yourself, but you don't. Don't wanna get hurt, so don't play with fire. Don't play with fire. Now you believe you'll find the real him, but what you see is what you get. It's what it says on the tin. Well, you should run away, but you won't. Stop yourself, but you don't. Don't wanna get hurt, so don't play with fire. Don't play with fire. Now things ain't going so easy. He hurts you and makes you cry. He says he's so sorry, so you give it just a one more try. But you should run away, but you won't. Stop yourself, but you don't. Don't wanna get hurt, so don't play with fire. Don't play with fire. Now love don't always end easy. Not all big teeth and big smiles. If this one don't turn out so good, to me it won't be no surprise. You should run away, but you won't. Stop yourself, but you don't. Don't wanna get hurt, so don't play with fire. Don't play with fire. You know you shouldn't play with fire. Get hurt if you play with fire. So you should run away, but you won't. Stop yourself, but you don't. Don't wanna get hurt, so don't play with fire. So just in the middle of that, I just looked at the screen and realized it was all green, which is very unnerving. But my wife hasn't come rushing in and saying this, it's all gone horribly wrong. Oh, she has. Hang on. Oh no, she said to tell me it's all going fine. What a relief. Fantastic. So I shall introduce. Where are they? They've gone. Hang on, my button's gone as well.
Hello.
Hey.
Good evening.
You didn't
Good
go
evening.
green to
No,
us.
yeah,
We
you
could
didn't go
see
green.
you.
We was watching.
Well, that was good because I could see you in the little monitor frame at the bottom, and you were just because I thought if I'd gone green, you'd have been going.
No, it's all good. Yeah,
and you were
all
looking
good.
very calm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Aaron and Grace, how are you doing, guys?
Oh, very well. Enjoying the weather. How are you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yes. It was actually warmer outside than it was indoors today for us with no heating going on. So, yeah, we went for a walk in one of the parks nearby today, which was good. Yeah. So you seem to be ultra busy at the moment.
Yeah, it's
mega.
a bit ridiculous. We don't know if we're
Fantastic.
coming or going a lot of the time.
So much going on.
There's
Crazy.
learning. There's a lot of learning curves going on. That's
Yeah,
why
totally.
everything. Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
amazing. We are not complaining.
No, not at all.
Good.
We're thoroughly enjoying ourselves.
Mm.
Yeah, I saw the post about the King gig.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can't wait for that. We've got 8 dates.
7, I think.
Yeah.
7.
7. I think it's
We're gonna
7.
argue about that, 'cause
I
I
think
think
it's
it's
7. It might be 8. We'll go with 8 because I'm bound to be
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, okay. Quite a few.
few,
We'll do.
yeah.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
that's
we'll-
October.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, we'll be travelling up and down in Vanny. It's
Yeah.
just our newly recovered miniature tour bus. So we can't wait.
Nearly recovered. What is it? Not
Yeah,
be poorly.
Yeah, for 5 months, no one could figure out what was wrong with her.
Yeah, it was a
And
mystery.
We ended up getting another mechanic in after numerous amounts looked at her, and he figured it out within about half an hour and fixed it within 3 hours.
So she's back on the road
she's
in
back
time.
on the road and better than new. Yeah.
Good. What sort of truck is it?
Oh, it's a T4.
A VW.
Yeah. VW
excellent.
high top,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I know what a T4 is. Yes. So
Yeah.
excellent. Marvelous. Okay, then. So let's talk about when rivers meet. Where does the name come from, then, for a start?
Right. So when we got married, before we got married, we were sort of Holmes and Bond. That's what we was going out as.
Right.
And
My
when-
maiden name was
That's right, yeah.
That's nice. I like that. Home.
Yeah.
That's a cool name as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Detective-y, yeah.
That's right. And then when we got, it was like detective and super spy or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when we got married, it was going to be like Bond and Bond, and we thought, well, that just sounds like a building firm or some sort of sticky
Yeah.
substance or something.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we thought we can't have that. And we was in Sardinia on holiday, and
Oh, nice.
we were looking for a new name, and we were looking
Right.
for something a little bit different. We just happened to be overlooking this ravine where there were 2 rivers. So when
Right.
rivers meet, and that was kind of like that was it really. It's like, well, that's that
And
just
we've been
sort
sort
of
of
Oh,
talking
wow.
about rivers
Yeah,
because
we've
it was
been talking
something
about
like the
rivers,
coming
yeah.
together of 2.
Yeah.
or something.
Right. Oh,
So
nice.
it's a bit random, but it works.
Well, actually, funny enough, I didn't know where it came from, obviously, but I had in mind that it was something to do with like Mississippi and the Mississippi Delta and rivers meeting and stuff like that. But Sardinia is even better. Oh,
Well, we should really go down that route.
Yeah, we
shouldn't
should say the
But
Mississippi
we
really,
can
shouldn't
put
we?
more meaning
Yeah,
behind it.
Yeah.
make it up. Make
Yeah,
it
yeah,
up.
totally.
Yeah.
As I said to my wife the first time I met her, I said, I will never let the truth get in the way of a good story. So, and we're still together, so that's a good thing. So, now the album is going really well.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a,
Lots of great reviews.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
pretty blown away. We were pretty. Well, it's the first thing we've ever sent out for reviews, and
Yeah.
it's gone out to magazines and things. So
Yeah.
we just didn't know. We certainly didn't expect the response we've got.
No.
Mm.
It's just crazy.
And
And
we released it on November 20th last year,
yeah,
Mm.
didn't we? And yeah, we got certain reviews from like Classic Rock magazine, Viva La
Yes.
Rock,
yeah.
and
And
you
sort
know,
of some big, like when we're going in Tesco's and pulling magazines off the shelf,
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
this magazine. So yeah,
got on front covers of Blues Matters and Blues
in
in Britain
Britain.
as well. So that was
Yeah,
really
yeah.
cool.
it's just,
Excellent.
it's just more than.
But
we
the nice
expected.
thing is that you're a kind of a crossover band in a sense because you've hit the rock circuit as well, which is
Yeah.
is
Sure.
a big help.
It
Yeah.
definitely is, and it's kind of we were unaware of it really because we'd just been focusing on the blues side of things.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
Yeah,
the album happened to fall more rocky, and we're happy that it did because we love rock,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it fell that way for a reason, but we didn't realise that all of a sudden these other magazines were going to appear and these other
Yeah.
stations and Planet Rock.
yeah,
we
that's
didn't
right.
we didn't know that was going to happen, so we're glad it did.
It
Yeah.
certainly wasn't planned. It was just a case of
That's fantastic. That's even
Yeah.
better, isn't it? Really. I mean,
Yes.
if you'd have planned it, you'd be looking forward to the responses, and Yeah. Whereas this week it's just sort of come out of the blue, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, then do you want to do us a song then? I think we should.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Get some music.
Let's do it.
Yeah. And we've got some comments coming in already. Who have we got here? I guarantee that Colin Campbell will be one of them. Who have we got
Colin,
here?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Colin.
Hey, Colin, we got.
No, he's not here yet. He's not.
Oh, he's not there.
not
Oh,
here.
right.
He's not here yet, but he will be. Guarantee it.
We've got Tanya and Tony, I see. And
Yeah,
Nev,
Tanya.
Yep.
Elizabeth Fagan's friend of ours. She always tunes in. And so it's Tanya, Nev, and Nev.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm gonna have a tiny little bit of.
I'm gonna take these earphones out because they're gonna get in the way.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna play. This is off of our first EP, and it's still kind of. It seems to be a lot of people's favourite still. And there was when we went in the studio to record this. Well, actually, the night before we were gonna pull it because we were like, just not sure about it. It's a really simple song. Maybe it's just too simple. And we were going to pull it, and it happens to be a lot of people's favourite song still. So we're glad that we did.
Excellent. That's brilliant. Okay.
I'll find my way, but I'll leave it till tomorrow. I got things to say, I'll say them tomorrow. It's getting late, so I leave it till tomorrow. Dark clouds in the sky, but the sun will shine tomorrow. Find the light in my life, I'll find it tomorrow. It's my day away, and savor tomorrow. Leave it till tomorrow. All the time I need, it's waiting, it's waiting. All the time I need, it's waiting, it's waiting for me. Maybe I'll feel the same way tomorrow. Will my memories fade back tomorrow? My devil owns today. I'll get away tomorrow. Leave it till tomorrow. All the time I need, it's waiting, it's waiting. All the time I need, it's waiting, it's waiting. All the time I need, it's waiting, it's waiting for me. I'll find my way, but I'll leave it till tomorrow.
Lovely. Love it.
Thank you
love
very
it.
much.
Love it. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Thank you.
We got loads of comments coming up. Nev is writing an essay, I think. And Matthew Greg. Is he one of yours?
Awesome. I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof, what? Maybe up to 3,000 words by the end of this. 12 out of 10. Yeah, great song, and the harmonies are lovely.
Thank you.
And I think that's one of the things that makes what you do quite different.
I think so, and especially, well, when we first started singing together, we'd been playing and writing together for a little while, and we saw the Civil Wars on Jules Holland, and it completely changed everything. Because I don't know, have you heard of the Civil Wars?
No, I don't know. No,
right.
They're an amazing. They've split up now. They've been split up for quite a while, but they were the most amazing vocal duo, and you'll absolutely love them. It was very Americana, but the quality of their vocal harmonies completely blew our mind, and we literally were like, we're at square one. We watched
Oh my God.
I remember watching it. We were going to bed and we just had it on the telly in the bedroom. It was like, oh my God, this changes everything. And from then on, we started harmonising like this.
Yeah, like literally we'd sing like this together in each other's ears.
Because you can't. The connection that they had was so strong, and we knew that we were so far from that.
As a matter of interest, were they related?
No.
Right.
No, not at all.
The reason I ask is that I mentioned. You might have heard I mentioned this thing about doing stuff in the round. When we were in the States 4 years ago, I got invited to play at, in the round session in this bar in Nashville, and I did it with one group of people, and then this family came up, and it was mother, father, and 3 children. Right. But they were all in their sort of 20s, and I think it was two females and I can't remember. But the harmonies were just absolutely extraordinary because it was like 4 clones of one person almost.
Yeah.
And it was just beautiful. And sometimes that does. But I like your idea of actually singing into each other's ears. I think that's just beautiful.
Yeah. You definitely can't beat having siblings to sing with.
Yeah, you can hear that with
Larky
Poe, can't you?
Yeah,
where
exactly.
their voices are so similar. It's like a double track, and it's so
or like the Everly Brothers or things like that, isn't it?
Oh.
It's just amazing. But I mean, they've got a bit of an advantage when they're related.
Yeah. The first big gig I ever saw was the Everly Brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm that old. And I mean the original Everly Brothers, not the remaining, not the latter one, but the original ones, and it was just mind blowing, absolutely wonderful. So but I think in your case, because you've got this unusual combination, that you've got that sort of bluesy root, but you've got the ability to rock as well, and you've got these lovely harmonies over the top, and I think that's. I mean, that's. I have to say, I think you've got a winning combination there.
Oh,
cheers, man. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a great song too.
Thank you.
Okay, so what about how do you approach writing? Do you write together?
Well, we do write together, but but we also write very much apart.
So it was so painful for the first few years.
I could tell when I said that. It was a sort of, you moved, 8 millimeters apart. Whoa, back off.
Yeah. It was very painful to start with, if we're honest, wasn't it?
For a long time,
a long time.
We couldn't figure out, because we try and write together, and all we do is argue the whole time. We just couldn't get anywhere, could we?
No, because, and as well, with songwriting, you sort of, we're much better at it now, but when we first started and we weren't quite clear on our direction, we were questioning ourselves. So then having another party, we were questioning each other as well. So
absolutely.
It was so painful, and then gradually.
But you're still married.
Oh, yeah. we made it through.
We got through it.
That's all right. You got through that and the pandemic. I mean, you're laughing.
Yeah, exactly.
So now when we write, we tend to, one of us tends to have an idea, because we're writing now for the next album, and so it happens so the other day I've come up with a melody and a hook line for the chorus, and then Aaron will go and write all the lyrics. He'll just completely write all the lyrics for the song, and then we sort of come together and we'll pull it all together and
just thrash it out.
It very much has to be, unless I can get a hook line like I have for this one song. Yeah. Aaron does all of the lyrics, and I'm very much more the music.
Yeah, absolutely. Grace does the music side of things, and that's just the kind of way we work, really. And
I think it's a bit back to front, because everyone assumes it's the other way.
Yeah.
Especially because Aaron plays the rhythm guitar. He plays guitar. But for us, it works. And yeah, Aaron's got a crazy mind for lyrics. He'll just sit and like write
And she
pages
comes out
and
with
pages
some
of
killer
lyrics.
melodies and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and it's just
absolutely,
like,
I can
oh
see
man,
that.
it's just
But
amazing.
I couldn't write a lyric to save my life. So, you know, we have a good combination on that front.
But it just works, you know.
Yeah,
Just took a long time.
yeah. And you're still together, which is the important
Yeah, we
thing.
made it.
Yeah, no, that's lovely. But because I mean, lots of people, it's like there's quite often like comedy writers work in pairs, and I can't remember which pair of comedy writers said this, but they said, well, how do you work together? And one of them said, well, he walks up and down and I type. And basically that was, and he explained how it worked. And there was, I can't think of who it was. It wasn't Galton Simpson, but it was two very, very successful writers. And they said basically they sit in an office, and one of them strides up and down, and the other one just makes sense
You
of
can
it.
visualize that,
Yeah,
can't you?
totally.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So the next album, then, how are you looking at? Have you got? Does the album have an idea behind it, or is it just a series of songs, or do you like to have a?
We very
not
much-
a concept, but you know, we're not talking 70s here.
We definitely had the ideas with the last album that we didn't want it to just be a collection of songs that were
That's
all
right.
thrown together. We wanted it
Yeah.
to have kind of be the same, a cohesive kind of sound,
Yeah.
but that changed. You know, we didn't
Yeah,
want it to
yeah.
be like 1 minute we're going to be blues, then we're going to rock out, and then we
Yeah.
would do that. But
Yeah.
we wanted it to sound cohesive, and
Yeah,
like we knew
cohesive,
who
yeah.
we were. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we wanted to have an identity.
And we wanted to sort of have a little bit of a roller coaster as well, kind of
Yeah.
thing. So it was a bit up and down kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
to
that's
keep the
kind of
interest.
yeah, totally.
And so with this next album, it's kind of the same thing. We've got a little bit of a different idea for production, and we're very much with production. We're very much less is more, and
Absolutely,
yeah.
always the way.
Yeah, and we like space in the recording, and we like
Totally.
it to sound raw. And you know, on the last album, there was a lot of live takes,
Yeah.
and this time round,
It'll be exactly the same in that regard,
and
I think.
we record
because-
in our producer's house. He lives in a boathouse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the hippie hermit you were telling me about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, he's got his own garden. He grows his own all his
He
own.
said he's got an
vegetables and stuff
allotment.
Like that.
Yeah.
He's got an allotment. Yeah, right in
Yeah.
front of his front door, and that's what it
And he
lives on.
creates music, and he lives in the
Yeah.
studio, and it's all, you know, one big open plan space, like we say. So
Beautiful.
he's going to be creating sort of a more of a vocal booth area, so that the vocal takes can be more live as well, because there was,
Yes.
you know, in one room there's a lot of bleeding and stuff. So
Yeah.
not physical. Could be. We'll see how it goes. But,
you brought violence into the conversation.
Yeah.
it's going to be me if it's anybody.
Funnily enough, the
That's-
next song we're going to do is all about that.
Is it? Oh, yeah, it is.
But interesting, because I like the way you say about keeping it rough and less is more. Because I think one of the dangers with harmonies is that it can get too sickly sweet.
Yeah.
But yours are very much live harmonies.
Yes, and also like the overproduction of things. I mean, we're not that keen on being overproduced, are we? We like
No.
the raw element and the live kind of feel. So you just get that
It's kind of a borderline
energy, you know?
between having it sounding as though it's an unthought out recording,
Yeah.
and it's just live and just thrown together, but also so it's kind of a bit of a balance. But
Yeah.
well, luckily our producer is amazing at
Yeah.
that, and he's so creative with how he records things.
Yeah.
And even more so with this next album, he's going into the realms that we just switch off after. To be honest, after a little while, after we get all these different microphones going to be placed in all the different parts
areas,
of the room, and
especially in the bathroom.
yeah, I had to play violin in the bathroom with the mic, and then we had amps in the bath because it sounded better in the bath with a tiny little amp that big, you know, to get the biggest sound. And
Yeah.
he's amazing. So we're so lucky on that front.
It is just a case of
But
being creative.
Yeah.
There is a thing with engineers, though, isn't it? There's on the last one album I did. There's one track at the end which is just me playing acoustic guitar and singing, and a guy playing dobro, a guy called Chris Hillman playing dobro, who was wonderful. And you listen to it, and it sounds incredibly simple. And in fact, there were 3 mics on him just for the sound of the dobro, and 3 mics on my guitar, and 1 for the vocals.
Yeah.
They got 7 No, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of my, and yet it sounds like there's a pair of us sat around a campfire somewhere. But
And
yeah,
that's totally the difference, isn't
Yeah.
it, between it sounding like a half-hearted, quick recording and
Yeah.
something that sounds live and expressive. You know, it's a fine line.
And these engineers really have an ear and ability to understand sound.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what they're there for. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
And
Totally.
actually, the first song on our only album, it actually starts. We had, because Adam had microphones set up all over the space, all over the studio, and a fly flew into one of the microphones. And he was like, "Oh wow, guys, listen to this!" And it like, bzzz, you know, and he was like, "We can totally create a really cool intro with this," and he reversed it and he made it, and that's actually opens the album. The fly flying into the microphone.
Yeah.
So it's brilliant.
that is great. I love that. I want to meet this man.
He's brilliant. Yeah.
It sounds fantastic. But I was interested in what you said about having what you said, Aaron, about having a flow to the album, because one of the questions I've asked lots of people on this program and outside the program is whether they ever, when they're playing a CD as opposed to Spotify, as they're playing a CD, do they ever use the shuffle button? And most people after a certain age say no, never touch it, because they respect the fact that people have made the album as a sequence of songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is exactly what you're saying. And that, to me, that always feels important because, I mean, I know full well if a song comes on the radio that is something off an album that I know well, I'm really disappointed when the song after it isn't the next song on the album.
Yeah. Totally,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
So I like your idea of it, sort of planning it out like that. I think that's important.
I think with an album, what we did was we tried to tell a story with it, and it's just literally a case of each song has a reason. The next one's coming up, and then the next one, you know. So
it's like a flow.
Totally, like you say.
Excellent. Right then, next song then, is this the one about violence?
It is, yeah. Well, this one we kind of wrote actually about Grace. So,
he has to say this every time, doesn't he?
my thing with Grace is I
like the way you said we wrote this about Grace.
Yeah. Did you catch that? You caught that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did catch that, mate.
Yeah. So this next one is called "Kill for Your Love," and we wrote this about Grace because I find her aggressively caring.
I think it's a little person thing, you know. Like it's, right.
This is also off the
aggressively
first EP.
caring. I like that.
Yeah.
And Grace gets to play a bit of mandolin on this one.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Let me get myself set up.
Actually, I'll say, Aaron, whilst we're talking, I find it quite unnerving.
Sorry.
I've lost you.
Oh, still got me.
Right, we have you.
Yeah. If I find it a little bit unnerving because you have exactly the same accent and you look quite similar to my niece's husband. So I feel like I've known you. But we need to check these days. We do. And so you look and sound like him. You're slimmer than he is.
Where's he from?
Around sort of London area.
Oh, okay.
Aaron's originally a Norfolk boy, see?
I'm a Norfolk boy originally, but I moved down to Wessex about 12 years ago. So
more. I don't quite know, to be honest. But it feels like I've met you 1,000 times before, which is kind of
we have met before.
We have.
Yeah, a whole year ago.
Yeah,
fancy that. Times were very different.
Well, let's hope next year it goes ahead.
Yeah.
With a bit of luck, cross fingers.
Yes, yeah. The one thing that struck me about that place, though, it's bloody cold.
Yeah.
It
is, yeah.
But it was good fun. It was good.
The back room, because the door was open, wasn't it, in the back? And because it was February or something, wasn't it?
No, January.
It was January.
On the coast. On the North Sea. It's going to be cold, isn't it?
Yes, it was. But it was good fun. It was good fun. And I have to say, doing the location we were in for last year was better than the year before. Jack's was a bit seedy.
And it's funny because we'd never played there before, and
No.
everybody used to say it's such a shame it's not in Jack's. Jack's was amazing. It was so much better in there.
Yeah.
No,
So that's weird.
Yeah, but maybe they've been going there a long time and they were affectionate for it. I don't know. I just didn't like the fact that your feet stuck to the floor.
Yeah. It's kind of like the 100 Club, isn't it? We always say about the 100 Club.
Yeah.
Like we went in there, and of course, when it's empty, it's just a dive.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
It's just
absolutely.
terrible. But of course, when you fill it up and you have a band that you like and you get the atmosphere,
Exactly.
it's amazing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like-
exactly.
But just don't go to the toilet.
Yeah.
Only if you've got Wellington boots on.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
totally. Yeah.
But they're all the same. And Ronnie Scott's is the same.
Oh,
I'm
we've
like,
not been there.
No, we've not been there
Yeah,
yet.
I mean, it's just extraordinary. I played it many, many, many years ago. And actually, I have to, it was an odd occasion because they used to have a rock club upstairs called Upstairs at Ronnie's, and we were playing up there. But it was a very weird experience because I ended up sharing a dressing room with Oscar Peterson, which was quite strange. I mean, one of the sort of best known jazz pianists in the world, and I'm sharing a dressing room with him.
Wow.
I suspect he wouldn't have remembered who I was, but there you go. Anyway, over to the vine. Oh, look, we've got Mr. Campbell. Colin
Is he
Campbell is here. I knew he'd be here.
Hey,
eventually.
Colin.
Hello, Colin.
Yeah, and who else have we got? Paul Bailey.
Oh, yeah,
Is that one of yours? Yeah. Howard
Oh, yeah.
Webb.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Howard Webb and Ronald Williams, who says no mention of Colchester beer yet.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Is he the man who
Colchester
supplies?
Brewery.
We're very predictable. Yeah.
Is
sorry
he
about that.
is he the one who supplies you with the beer? Is he?
Yeah, well,
Yes.
he offered me some beer one time. He emailed me and he said, "Would you like some beer?" And I said, "Hell yeah!" So he brought it round, or had it brought round, and since then he said, "Would you like some more beer anytime?" I was like, "Definitely." So yeah, we're good.
So
Well, in
Sid
fact,
Sounds,
last
yeah.
time we spoke, it was being delivered, wasn't it? You rushed off to answer the door because he was delivering it when we spoke last.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
right.
That's right.
That's
yeah,
right,
that's right.
yeah.
It was. Yeah. So
Yeah.
quite happy
Excellent.
about that. 2 kegs, which is really nice.
Yes.
One each.
Yeah.
Okay, then over to
Did
the
you
violence.
just say one each?
Yeah.
Behave, Bondi. What was you saying about me being aggressive?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I won't forget that.
Yeah.
Right. So this is called "Kill for Your Love." One, 2, 3, 4.
Fire brightens up the darkest sky. You know I kill for your love. You can see for miles around. You know I kill for your love. But I can get to a post, nobody can hear a sound. You can fade it to the sea. Oh, I kill for your love. Wash your sins free, yeah. Oh, I kill for your love. Wait and watch the bubbles stop, boy. Makes no odds to me. Oh, I kill for your love. Kill for your love. Oh, kill for your love. Take a plunge through the air. Oh, I kill for your love. Watch you fall to the ground. You know I kill for your love. accident or suicide. She's homeward bound. Oh, I kill for your love, kill for your love. Oh, kill for your love. Hit and run on by a gun. Oh, I kill for your love. Take her round in my head. You know I kill for your love. Slip her up in a night, she'll soon be dead. Oh, I kill for your love, kill for your love. Oh, kill for your love.
Yeah, great. Love it. Love it.
Thank you very much.
So when you guys first got together, you get your
Yeah, we
repeaters
did,
in
we
there.
did.
Yeah, you're good. When you first got together and started writing, where did you both come from musically? What was your what were you listening to? Or were you both listening to the same sort of stuff, or were you one was saying, nah, you want to listen to a bit of this, or was it?
Yes, that's a tough one, really, because I mean, I was always into rock music. That was my love, but also blues. I mean, the very, very first CD that I ever got was John Lee Hooker.
Right. Okay.
Boom, boom, boom. You know, so I mean,
That's pretty specific, though. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's the riff. I love the riff. I love the space. But I also love rock music and big rock fan. So
yeah.
And I wasn't a million miles. We weren't a million miles apart. And I mean, your parents, the influence was a lot of kind of Elvis, a lot of rock and roll, like 50s rock
Buddy
and roll.
Holly and stuff.
Whereas in my upbringing, it was more soul and Beatles. Mum's a massive Beatles fan. So there was a lot of. We had a piano, right? We started lessons, me and my sister and I at 4. So we had the Beatles play along books, you know, and we'd be writing songs and like copying the Beatles stuff.
Yeah.
But also like loved Dusty Springfield. She was probably my first like idol. Amazing.
Yeah, amazing voice.
Yeah, and then when I went to start working in a pub, which happened to be Aaron's local pub, and it was a rock pub.
Hell yeah.
And so that really introduced me, and then of course Aaron introduced me to rock. And
so I introduced her to things like Led Zeppelin, Bad Company, Free, AC/DC.
Free.
Exactly.
Free was Paul Kossoff was one of my first heroes. I mean, yeah. Oh, it's Eric Clapton's birthday today, incidentally.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, he's 76 today, isn't he?
76, he is indeed.
Yeah.
Wow. But Paul Kossoff was my hero. And I mean, when I first heard Tons of Sobs, which was 1966, whatever it was, and I was fortunate enough that I think I moved fairly close to London, to Hertfordshire, and I saw them, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 times that year, and I always thought that Kossoff was just the most, in one sense, one of the most underrated rock guitar players. You know, I mean, his sound at the sustain. Apparently, he was classically trained from a young age, which was quite unusual in those days. So he had a very, very strong grip. So his vibrato was phenomenal. But I still think that Tons of Sobs has got some fabulous blues on it. You know, and Paul Rodgers' voice is still amazing.
But he is
still amazing. Yeah.
He is the master of singing rocky blues. There's no two ways about it. I mean, the notes that he hits and what he slides off, the blues notes and things like that, just phenomenal. And no one can do it better than him.
He's massive, just huge Paul Rodgers fan.
Well,
and
male singers that is anyway.
And it's like you say, it's just how I mean, he's got the pipes are there, you know, he's got the tone, but it's how he hits the notes, and that's what is so fascinating, especially you know, if we're writing a song and we want to add more blues elements into it, it's like you just channel Paul Rogers, get the blues notes in there, you know, as well as you can. Anyway, yeah,
extraordinary band, and I mean, if you the arrangements of the songs are relatively simple.
Yeah. And that is blues, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
I mean, I have to say they were definitely one of my faves, and I was fortunate enough to see him many times, and it was just awesome stuff. So sorry, I drifted off into my little bit of nostalgia then, didn't I?
No, absolutely. We're completely with you, man. We're completely with you. We're following you.
Isn't it weird though? Because there is, dare I say, quite a few years between us, and yet we're still talking about the same music.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You completely relate to the same music.
Good music's good music, and that's it.
It is. It is. Yeah, that doesn't change over time, does it?
No, not at all.
If it's good, it's good.
Well, I just wonder. I mean, certainly when I was your age, my parents weren't listening to Free, but you know, it's. I wonder what will happen in 40 years' time. You know. What will your kids be listening to? Anyway, that's maybe a discussion for.
Well, if that's anything up to us, it'll be Free and Led Zeppelin.
Our albums.
Yeah, exactly.
The weird thing, I lived in Italy for quite a long time, and I used to teach guitar out there, and I used to teach via songs that people wanted to do rather than giving them specific lessons and stuff.
Yeah.
And I get all these guys coming along, and they were like 15, 16 years old. And I'd say, what do you want to do? And they say, well, Neil Young.
Wow.
Paul Simon. And it's like, extraordinary. And even when I spoke to their parents, because I knew the parents, and they'd say, well, yeah, I quite like Neil Young, but I wasn't never a big Neil Young fan. So they didn't hear it at home either.
No.
There's sort of some of the music from the 60s, 70s has had longevity to it, and it keeps going.
For sure. Yeah, yes. I mean, the thing is, like, the 60s was a revolution, wasn't it? The 50s and 60s were a revolution in music, and then again in the 70s was another revolution, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
it kind of reminds me of when I used to listen to more mainstream radio, which I don't really, to be honest, now. But there was a guy called Jake. Well, there is a guy called Jake Bugg, and he was it was a real hit at the time, and his influences were so strong, and he was not very old. He's probably he's only in his 20s, but he was channeling Buddy Holly and Oasis.
Yeah,
you can hear it. His influences are so clear, and you think, I can understand a little bit young for Oasis, but that's not that not that long ago. But you can hear the Buddy Holly, and that's not for people like for 20-year-olds now. That's not something that you would imagine that 20-year-olds listen to. But
just a rock and roll.
But people do. Yeah,
I'm just trying to imagine Buddy Holly songs being sung, but with a Gallagher voice.
You need to listen to him, Jake Bugg. Look him up.
Having difficulties there, yeah, for sure.
There was sorry, this it just reminded me. We were in Memphis at that time. We were in the States, and went into a bar, and there was some music going on, as there's everywhere. And there's this guy singing Wonderwall, but in a sort of country accent.
Oh, wow.
Like
was it good?
It was amazing. Yeah. It actually worked. The phrasing worked really well. And because I'd been talking to him beforehand, and I said, I really like that. He said, does it work? Oh, he didn't say it. He said, does it work? And I said, yeah, it does actually. I said, I'm a bit surprised myself, to be honest. But Buddy Holly is that's stretching and maybe a note too far there. Hey, I think it's time for another song. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So so far we have played 2 songs off of our first EP.
Shall we? Oh!
I
knew that was going to happen. The beer's gone over.
I was going to say I could hear beer spilling then.
Yeah, he's going to be licking the floor in a minute.
I was kidding.
Only cloth.
Hang
on,
I think we should wait. We'll survive it. It'll be fine.
Let's do this one.
So.
I think it's great. I just get a cloth.
I know. He'd be off mopping it up for a while.
It's not very Gallagher, is it? I mean, the Oasis wouldn't have done that.
No. Yeah.
You'd have said, "Sod the."
Yeah. We're a bit better behaved than Oasis, I think.
Most people are.
Yeah, I don't think that's that difficult, is it?
Mute
What are you
button.
after?
The mute button.
Oh yeah. So this one is we're going to do a song off the album finally.
Right.
And this is a real one of the most chilled
Cigar
out
box
songs
song.
on the album. Yeah, cigar
Oh,
box
nice.
song. We have a 3-string, and it's got like the action is crazy because it's a slide.
Look at the action
Slide.
on that. Look.
And
I've got
Good.
my
It's
finger
like, it's like a double bass, isn't it?
yeah.
Slide your hand underneath the strings.
Yeah. And this is an atmospheric song on the album, and we were so tempted to write just like rock out song after rock out song, and we had to consciously like, okay, we're going to need to chill out a couple of times here, because otherwise it's all going to just sound the same. It's going to get a bit too much, and so this was our effort to chill out a bit and have something a bit more atmospheric.
Cool.
Times are changing. Times are changing. My mind is wearing through. I cast my thoughts to you. I cast my thoughts to you. But the silence remains the same. Eyes will rise to where I've been. Eyes will rise to where I've been. As this war keeps raging on, find a way and take your time. Find a way and take your time, as you are only a friend of mine. I'm left to climb on bad advice. I'm left to climb on bad advice. But I don't step on broken ice. I can't wait to meet you there. I can't wait to meet you there. Lit a candle, passing on the stars.
Love it. Love it. Love it. It's very weird that actually, because I'm glad you showed the cigar box guitar beforehand, because actually watching you, it looked like it looked like Aaron was sitting there.
I know. I was looking at him thinking the same. He was just sitting there like, because you're looking at the neck. Hey, I thought that looked quite funny as well. Yeah.
Excellent.
I missed that. What was that?
You looked like you were just
I'm totally disinterested.
Yeah, because you couldn't see the guitar.
I look like my dad.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
Excellent.
Superb.
I tell you what did strike me though, that you said at the beginning of that song you wanted to do something that's a bit more atmospheric, and it's quite interesting. I mean, certainly when I first started hearing people play slide guitar in the '60s, it was the blues players, and then suddenly. And I think it all stems from Roy Cooder and Paris, Texas. After he did that soundtrack for Paris, Texas, suddenly slide guitar is like the sort of go-to sound for mysteriousness, isn't it? You know what I mean? Or mystery, should have. Any sort of Scandinavian detective noir thing on the telly has got somebody playing slide in the background.
I guess it has, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was going to...
Sorry,
it is it is a very atmospheric sound. I was just wondering who do you rate in terms of slide players? Who are you fans of? Because it's got slide mandolin.
C16.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
More recently, for sure.
Yeah.
I think what we love about C6 Steve is again the simplicity and the rawness.
Yeah.
And our motto when we're writing songs especially is keep it simple, stupid. Because for so many times we try to we'll try and dig out more chords, dig out a more complicated structure because we're thinking that it's way too simple. Like I was saying earlier with Tomorrow, we wrote it and we were like, it's too simple. Like that, it can't be good because it's too simple. And yet it resonates with people a lot. And so we now very much try and follow a gut instinct. And if we're digging it, and if the kind of the whole the gauge for us is like if when we're imagining ourselves on stage next, because we do that a lot, to be honest. Like, imagining a nice big stage, and if we're singing, like at the moment, one of the new songs that we've written, when I imagine myself on stage, I'm singing that song.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
and that's all I can think about at the moment.
Yeah.
Right.
And so if that's in our heads, it's like that's a good sign.
I think just thinking about it, the question you asked about the greatest slide guitarist probably would have to be Derek Trucks. I think.
Yes, he is amazing.
Yeah,
have you seen that clip where he's playing with B.B. King? And B.B. King says something like, "That's the best solo I've ever heard."
I don't know if I've seen that, but I know that I've seen him play with a lot of people. And
awesome player.
Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
The expression in the way he plays is it's so special.
I think what we like the most about him is the melodies that he has.
Yeah,
he's just like, it's just like another voice, and if you can get it over, oh my god,
he's connected, isn't he? It's not external to him. It's
he is the guitar,
But I mean, he was on stage, I think, at the age of 13 with the Allman Brothers.
Incredible. Yeah.
It's a bit of a chance, really.
It's a good start, isn't it?
It's a good start. So hang on, I've got loads more. Who have we got here? Some David Pitchford. He's raving.
David.
Hello, David.
Hey, David.
Oh, here we go. There's a friend of mine, Vincenzo Tropepe. Enzo is a good mate of mine. I met him when we lived out in Italy, and he's massive. He's huge. He's got a mane of hair, big beard, and he's one of the gentlest people I've ever met in my life. And but he's a lovely guitar player. And,
I find that with people with long hair and beards. Yeah.
I had long hair once too.
He'd have a beard if he could.
I'd have a ZZ Top if I was allowed, but I'm not allowed.
No, he's not.
Do you know the story behind them that before what's the bass player Dusty, before he was, because he's not well anymore, that before they stopped the ZZ Top, that Gillette offered them $1 million each to shave their beards off.
Really?
Wow. And Billy said, "No, I'm too ugly."
Is that true?
Yeah.
Really? $1 million? Wow.
I mean, they're multi-millionaires anyway, so they...
Well, exactly. They don't really need it, do they?
No, $1 million, yeah.
Yeah.
Come back when you got 100 million, I might.
Yes, exactly. Or something with a B in front. But yeah. Have you seen any footage of ZZ Top in the pre-beard days?
No,
I have,
Yeah.
and I didn't recognise them at all.
No, neither
and the
did I.
music was completely different as well, wasn't it?
Really?
Yeah. It's really weird. It's some wacky stuff. I'm a big fan of Billy Gibbons' playing, I have to say,
Definitely.
and his session he does with Daryl Hall at Daryl's house is good too, worth a check out.
Oh,
Right,
yeah,
well, look at
we'll
that,
If
look
you've
yeah.
done it. Hang on, really. Let's. Who else have we got here? David Pitchford, slide blues guitar. Martin McNeil is the maestro. No, I don't know that name. Martin.
Yeah,
McNeil.
he's a local fella.
Right,
sort
okay.
of
He does
Essex
a
way,
regular
yeah.
live stream. I can't think what
Yeah.
night it is, but
Right.
He's a lovely blues slide guitarist
Yeah,
for sure.
brilliant.
Yeah.
and also I noticed someone saying on there, and Philip saying about Bonnie Raitt, and
Yeah,
Bonnie
I
Raitt,
love
yeah.
Bonnie Raitt. As soon as I
Yeah.
I heard Bonnie Raitt, totally adore Bonnie
Yeah.
Raitt, and she's such a phenomenal player. We went to see her.
We did, yeah.
A couple of Aaron, you took me for as a birthday present.
A couple of years ago, yeah. 2 or 3 years
Nice.
ago.
Yeah, just the voice it's just the voice, the whole thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Just so much to talk about. We could spend the evening here, I think. Well, we talk about slide players. What about vocalists then? Who do you like as vocalists? I mean, you mentioned Bonnie.
There's so many. There's so many vocalists, and it just depends on what floats your boat, really. To be honest, I mean, I love, say for instance, John Lee Hooker. I love his voice.
Yeah.
That deep growl, kind of, love it. But I also love, I love Elvis's voice. I love Tom Jones's voice.
Yeah.
But my favourite rock voice would be Axl Rose. Now, a lot of people would would not like that. But
He's said that a few times in interviews, and we've often got the presenters being like, "What?
I hate Axl Rose." But Axl Rose has got like about 6 or 7 different voices.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think he's a phenomenal songwriter as well, lyricist. So I mean, I just think he's amazing.
Big fan of Danny Bowles as well.
Big fan of Danny Bowles. Yeah, love Danny Bowles from Thunder.
All right, no, I'm
Yeah,
not really
great voice. Love his voice.
Yeah, and we also love, I don't know his name actually, but the lead singer from Rival Sons, he's got a very similar voice actually to Danny Bowles.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, Paul Rodgers is up there, and of course Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
There's no other.
It just depends. I mean, I think there's so many vocalists out there. It just depends on the genre and the style.
But it's interesting that your response. I mean, like anybody who plays guitar has been asked a million times, "Who's your favorite guitar player?" And my answer is always the same as yours. Well, it depends what sort of thing you want. You know, if it's jazz you want, it's going to be Joe Pass. Or if it's cool jazz you want, I don't know, it's going to be whoever, you know. And if it's going to be rock, it's going to be this. If it's blues, it's and because I think that's the one of the essences of music is that the more variety that you draw into what you're doing, the more interesting it gets, you know. Sorry, I've just spotted another, and this is from my mate Enzo, and he said, "For $1 million, I'll cut."
I've seen that.
And he has a substantial beard. He's got a beautiful old Gibson Firebird, and we were playing it together. And I've always wanted a Firebird, and he's got this one, and he said, "Oh, do you want to play?" And it was like halfway through this jam session, and he passed it to me. I'm 6'2", and I put it on. And it was hanging at my knees.
Wow!
Because he's about 4 inches taller than me, but he's a big guy as well. So he takes up a lot of space in the strap. And I couldn't play the damn thing because it was dangling on the floor. But, he's a wonderful man, wonderful player. In fact, he plays with a band called the Walking Trees because the bass player is a similar height to him. And then
I like it.
His sister is the singer. So you've got these sort of 2 trees like this and her in the middle. And it's just fantastic.
We do have a similar issue on our live streams because we've got sort of about a foot height difference. So it can look quite silly unless I have stilts on and Aaron's barefoot. So all our pictures, Aaron's barefoot and I'm standing on a box, so it doesn't look ridiculous.
There used to be a duo in Manchester called Maybe Frank, and one of them was only like very small. Sam's tiny, and Josh is 6'1", 6'2". And Sam used to say on stage, "Yeah, we're actually both the same height. It's just I'm further away."
I like that. I like that. We need to
That was
use
good,
that.
I thought that was nice. So right then, when's the next album going to be? Because last time we spoke, you said you're going to be start recording pretty soon.
Yeah, so we're going to be in the studio at the end of next month,
Right.
and we're going to be recording through till sort of June time, and then we're going to hopefully release in September, October,
November.
sort of November time.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
we're
Yeah.
aiming for October,
yeah.
and we're quite excited about it this time because even though the studio's about,
We was really excited about it last time too. Just what I say.
oh yeah, but no, I'm excited more because it's going to be different in that we're actually going to be staying there 4 days a week. Because last time
in our van.
last time we were toing and froing, and we were sort of
Yeah.
coming home because we were trying to kind of catch up on things, but we've worked it out that we'll be able to stay in the van, so we can be completely immersed
Yeah.
in
I was
recording.
wondering what you're going to say then. I think you're going to get completely wrecked.
Well,
That might happen as well.
that's going to be
a few times.
an added bonus to staying there.
Fish and
Yeah.
chips and beer. Yeah.
So that's our menu
Yeah.
when we're at the studio.
The
fish and chips
recording
and beer.
diet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
it
Yeah.
is. We always end up getting into a really deep conversation, like at 11 o'clock at night, having fish and chips and beer. So at least we won't have to. Well, we're going to be staying there 4 days a week, so that's going to be. I think it as well because it's such a peaceful area, and you're so it's so isolated from everyone else.
It's literally in the middle of nowhere, literally on the river.
Sounds wonderful.
Orwell. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
We can't wait.
gorgeous.
It's going to
Yeah.
be. We just can't wait. It's going to be amazing. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, listen. Would you like to do one more song?
Yeah.
I think we
Let's
should.
do it.
I think you should. Yeah. Go on. What's this one then?
This is called "My Babe Says That He Loves Me."
Well done.
Oh, thank you. I
He
got it
always
right
gets
this
the
time.
title wrong, so it's good.
I never get a title right.
And this one is from EP number 2,
EP number 2.
and yeah.
Hang on, we've got a few comments here.
Oh.
We've got a thanks dude from Enzo. Fish, chips, and beer sounds fantastic from Nev. Of course, when it comes to slide, we haven't. My hero was Lowell George.
Oh
You don't know Lowell George?
no.
Oh man! Oh,
The pain.
Oh.
Oh. You don't know what you're missing.
You've got to listen to Lowell George.
Okay.
You have Little Feat, right? Check
Ah.
out any of the Little Feat albums, and the songs are great. The harmonies are great. They were just the band. Yeah, Little Feat.
That
Little
sounds
Feat.
good.
Yeah, in fact, I was talking to somebody about him today, and I was saying that some people, will say, like of my age, will say, "Yeah, I remember where I was when I heard that John F. Kennedy died. I remember where I was when I heard that Lowell George was dead." He's that he's that sort of important. But you have to check him out. Just
Cool.
amazing
Yeah.
sound, amazing,
We
amazing.
will.
In fact, I'll
Yeah.
send you some links after.
Yeah.
Do
You
it.
say that'd be awesome.
Please. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the
Right.
song.
Yeah, so this is called My Babe Says That He Loves Me, not she. That's what You're crossing between two songs.
Yeah.
aren't
I'm
you?
going about 3 different songs here.
Which one are you going to do?
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. Not that one, not that one.
Oh, man.
Da, 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 da. We got it.
Ah.
We should have played that other song before.
Although I was told.
Raven whispers in my ear.
Although I was told.
Raven whispers in my ear.
I will try
to find you tonight.
tonight.
Set it all on fire. My babe says that he loves me. My babe says that. My babe says that he loves me. My babe says that he loves me.
And now the tale unfolds.
The hidden truth of of volunteers.
And now the tale unfolds.
The hidden truth of volunteers.
Oh, I
Enjoy the ride.
light up the sky.
Like 4th of July. My babe says that he loves me. My babe says that. My babe says that he loves me. My babe says that he loves me.
White line.
Wandering eyes. My babe says that he loves me. My babe says that. My babe says that he loves me. My babe says that. My babe says that he loves me.
Excellent, excellent. Oh, you caught me out there.
Yeah, quick ending on that one.
I've got loads of people commenting here. We've
Oh,
got
nice.
Andy May. Is he?
Andy May.
Andy, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, he's put. I love Little Feet too. Dixie Chicken, Fat Men in the Bathtub, etc. Colin Campbell.
Got good tastes.
Colin Campbell saying that because you're playing the Edinburgh Blues Club, aren't you?
That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't. Have we got a date yet, Colin? I'm not sure.
He says next June.
Oh,
There
lovely.
you go then. Yeah.
Alex
Yeah.
is chief booker, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Who else we got? Ian Bailey. Lots of applause from Andy May.
Thank you very much.
Somebody's asking me to ask you about the cowboy song.
Oh.
Where's your arrow, babe?
Hang on. Hang on.
This has become a bit of a sticking point on the Saturday night live streams that we do.
So
Right.
if we
I know
play,
it's- I can
if
know
we
it's
get
coming
so many people. hang on. I'll get there. Hang on. If we get so many people on our live stream, we have to
Yeah.
play the cowboy song. And Andy May sent me this that I have to wear this.
Yeah.
So it's an arrow, and I have a hat with a sheriff's badge, and it's a song that that was dug from the archives from when we various gigs. Someone had recorded this song, and we have sort of a hatred for this song. So we get forced to play it now and again.
Yeah. We wouldn't
really
play it for ages, would we?
Yeah. Well, somebody posted something on a group the other day on Facebook saying, "What's a song that you really don't like doing that people know and like you to do?" And that's exactly what you're saying. Because it's funny because you were saying right at the beginning about one of the songs that you thought you were thinking about not recording, but you did in the end, and it's one that people like a lot.
Yeah, tomorrow.
You can never tell. You can never
You
tell.
can't. No.
That's right.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, it's been absolutely wonderful. You've warmed up a very cold house today.
Yeah. Sorry
It's been great talking to you.
You too.
Best of luck with the album. Are you playing Manchester when you're up this neck of the woods?
Yeah, we're playing Manchester with King.
Yeah, where?
Oh no, hang on.
What-
No, we're not. No, we're not. Sorry, my mistake. It's Liverpool we're playing. But yes, we
That's
definitely
not
will
a
be.
that's not a mistake to make.
don't
no,
do that.
I was thinking that.
Don't
No.
do that.
Yeah, we will definitely be coming to Manchester on our tour, though. I believe next year. Yeah.
We're getting very confused. We're we're so focused on this album at the moment, and then there's all these dates flying around. We go, yeah, we'll do that. We'll go for it. So we're a little bit confused.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, well, keep us posted as to how things are going with the album, and when you're up this neck of the woods, give us a shout.
Yeah,
We will,
thank
definitely.
you so much.
Absolute pleasure. Best of luck with the recording and with Adam. Is it
Adam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam? Yeah, I'm dying to meet Adam someday. He sounds like an interesting guy.
He is.
He certainly is.
I'll have to go back and check now to listen for the fly. That is brilliant. So thanks a lot for being with us. Stay busy, guys, and stay safe.
You too. Thank you ever so
Okay.
much.
Thank you, Rowland. Cheers.
Absolute
buddy.
pleasure. Absolute pleasure. God, that was good fun. What nice people. What great music. What more could you want? So, well, thanks for being with us, and we shall see you again next week. See, again, every time I get the end of an episode, I can't remember who I've got on the following week. But anyway, I shall keep you posted on it. Thanks to everybody for dropping in. Thanks for Colin making a regular appearance. Elizabeth Fagan making a regular appearance. All the people who are friends of When Rivers Meet. Thanks to my mate Enzo Tropepe from Tropea. Ciao caro, grazie per visitarci. And to everybody who's been listening to us over the last 6 or 7 months. So see you next week. And in the meantime, stay well, stay safe, and have fun.